guys, what is up? This is Matt. Today it's me once again. Welcome back to another video game review. And this time it is going to be on Marvel's Spider-Man 2. Just like the title suggests, it's the sequel to the incredibly awesome Spider-Man for PS4. Insomniac also managed to go to the extra mile and making another game before Spider-Man 2. So technically it's the third game, but yeah. In this game, we follow Peter Parker and Miles Morales as Peter Parker's old friend, Harry Osborn, reunites with him. And from there, we got ourselves a brand new adventure where Harry Osborn gains a superpower which seems to be doing him good, but later down the line, it changes him. And of course, things from there go completely haywire for the entire city. And both Miles Morales and Peter Parker have to go and save the world. Now, of course, when Insomniac made the first Spider-Man game, it definitely had so many of us hyped because, you know, we never got a truly great Spider-Man game after the 2004 Spider-Man 2 that was based on the Sam Raimi film. So yeah, and this game managed to live up to expectation. The second game definitely wasn't as good as that, mainly just due to the fact that it was way shorter. And, but yeah, this has far more content than Miles Morales, so needless to say, all three of the games are great. And if I'm being honest, this game, Spider-Man 2, might just be a little bit better than the first Spider-Man game. And trust me, this game was absolutely incredible. There's a remastered version for PS5, so you'll get the full, you know, gorgeous experience exploring the city, just, yeah. Now, I didn't see that many trailers for this game. In fact, I didn't really see gameplay footage. I knew it was going to be the same formula, you know, just the same beat-em-up style. And, I mean, you do get new abilities. And, of course, if you have played Miles Morales, you'll know that he'll have the same abilities that he had in his game. So, yeah, I honestly recommend playing Miles Morales, even though it's not everybody's favorite in this franchise. But this game actually, you know, has some callbacks to Miles Morales, specifically with the characters that he interacts with. Though some of those characters you only see if you do some of the side missions in Miles Morales. So I recommend playing Miles Morales before playing this game. Like I mentioned before, it is a pretty short game, but it's still a really good one. But hey, this game I think is even better than that. And there's a lot to love about this game, you know. From the way it stands out, playing both as Peter Parker and Miles Morales was absolutely, like, outstanding. I didn't know how they were going to, like, do this, like, where they're going to be working together. Could you switch characters once in a while? Yes, you can, actually. The game requires you to do specific things as Peter Parker and Miles Morales, you know, separately. Specifically with some of the side missions that you do. But the main missions as well one requires Peter Parker, one requires Miles Morales. And the way you switch characters is kind of like in GTA 5, where once in a while you can switch as Michael or Trevor or Franklin. It's basically like that. They both have their own different skill tree sets. I mean, Spider-Man, he has his own, like, spider-like arms that he can use to attack enemies. And he does. I'm going to try my best not to go too deep into spoilers because this game is still new. So I'm just going to try my best not to bring up anything here. But it's going to be really hard because there is quite a bit to this game, specifically with its story. I feel like in terms of these games, Spider-Man 2 might just have the best one. It really stands out here, and the story here is very mature, and the way it's handled here is absolutely phenomenal. It definitely reminds me of Sam Raimi's Spider-Man films a little bit. Sometimes it even reminds me of Spider-Man 3, just without the emo dancing Peter Parker stuff. So yeah, it's a lot more mature here than in that film. So yeah, and of course, Venom's in the game, and how does it play out? How does Venom work? Is he cool? Yes, he is very cool. He's far more serious. It's not like in the Venom films where he has bits of humor once in a while, but the way it's handled here is superb, if I do say so myself. And in terms of the side activities that you can do, there are new collectibles and new stuff that you can do just for some bonus content. And I do want to go back and try to do all that bonus content because, you know, it just feels so good playing as both Peter and Miles. And of course, you can't go without talking about a Spider-Man game without mentioning the suits. Oh my god, there are so many suits, some new, some old, and of course some that pay homage to, of course, the different types of spider suits that we've gotten before. in, other movies and, TV shows. I didn't get into all that. I'm mostly into the movies and stuff. So, yeah, needless to say, there's a lot of suits to unlock here. But if you want to unlock them all, you have to do tons of different side quests. But I recommend doing the side quests as they bring up different heroes as well, or one specific hero that Peter Parker meets up with. So that was really cool to see. I also really liked MJ and Peter Parker's relationship in this game. Because if you played the first game, you'll know that they got together in the end. And the way it's handled here is absolutely beautiful. I really liked, the relationship between them in this game, and the way, he meets up with Harry Osborn. And it's going to be a shame because, things are definitely going to go haywire later down. And, things are going to get all screwed up with their relationship. So, yeah. Now, one thing I did not like about the first Spider-Man game is the stealth sections between MJ and Miles. But because Miles is Spider-Man 2, he doesn't need to do that. He can just fight his way through. So, but yeah, unfortunately, there are MJ stealth missions in here as well. But here's the thing. They aren't really stealth missions because MJ has a gun. I'm not even joking. She has a gun, and she can pretty much defend herself. Even when she gets caught, it's not instant game over. So it's a big improvement over the first game's stealth missions because they were absolutely tedious and did not need to be in the game at all. Now, with all the stuff I'm saying about this game, all being positive so far, it's not without its faults. I unfortunately experienced 2 crashes, and that's quite a shame because some of the games I played on PS5 that people complained about crashes before, I didn't experience crashes, like Star Wars Jedi Survivor, Wanted Dead, not even Lord of the Rings Gollum. And that's unfortunate because I kind of wish I did get crashes during that game because, well, if you see my review for that game, you'll know exactly what I mean. But besides crashes, I did experience a few glitches that I actually found to be quite funny. Like there was this one where when Miles Morales was walking, he sometimes standed for a bit and just walked like he was a ghost, but it was all patched up in the end. So needless to say, it's still a gorgeous looking game, though it does have that sacrifice of 30 FPS with better resolution or 60 FPS with not as good resolution. But needless to say, it still looks absolutely outstanding. It still feels really good playing as both Miles and Peter Parker. Needless to say, Insomniac has really outdone themselves with this game. And in the end, guys, Spider-Man 2 definitely is what I would consider to be one of the best Spider-Man games. Honestly, if I were to choose, this might actually be my favorite Spider-Man game now because, wow, Insomniac just really went all out here. Playing as both Peter and Miles was an absolute treat, though one more thing I should mention is that once in a while there will be crimes. You're doing something else, you're trying to get to the next mission, and all of a sudden there's a crime going on, and I couldn't help but just go over there just to, take care of that crime. But most of the negative stuff that I have to say about the game are honestly just nitpicks, because this game just got me hooked on to the very end of the story. And I highly recommend the game. If you are a big fan of these games, then chances are you won't be disappointed with this one. There's just, some people have complained that, it's just DLC. That's exactly what most people said about Tears of the Kingdom, but I honestly did not find myself experiencing a game that just feels like DLC. I honestly felt like I was playing a brand new game. It has a new story. It has pretty much everything I could have wanted for a Spider-Man game sequel. And this is a journey that I highly recommend swinging into. It was this close to a perfect score, but I don't want to go completely overboard because even great games have their flaws, so it's still worth playing. Like, people have said that PS5 doesn't have that many exclusive games. There are plenty of exclusive games for it being worth to own a PS5. God of War, Ragnarok, Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, Returnal, Demon's Souls, Horizon Forbidden West. It's safe to say that PS5 exclusives are definitely coming into the mix and really making it more than worth owning a PS5. Alright, now that I'm done with Spider-Man, I can now go on a wonderful adventure with Mario. So look forward to that. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Word out.